up? It's the Chinchilla Notebook here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be a Chinchilla Q&A, and I'm very excited for this video because I haven't done one in quite a while. So basically, I let you guys leave me some questions on Instagram on my story, and you guys gave me so many. I'm just going to be answering them for you guys, and hopefully I will be able to help you out. And yeah, so let's just jump right into the video. So the first question is, could you do more chin vlogs? I love them so much because they aren't super formal. Yes, I would love to do more, and just let me know down any ideas. I feel like I haven't done one in a really long time. You guys wanted to see a playtime, so I'm definitely going to put one together for you soon. If you had another pet, what would it be? By the way, I love your vids. So I would love to have a hamster. I've always wanted a hamster, and I've done a lot of research into them, and they just seem like such cool animals. So what do you do to minimize the pricey charges for taking care of the chinchilla? So this is actually something I should probably do a video on, but off the top of my head, first of all, you want to have quality supplies. You want to have supplies, and you want to have enough of them for your chinchilla too. But at the same time, things can get pretty expensive. So one tip just off the top of my head is to buy things in bulk. But when you buy things in larger quantities, typically, not all the time, but typically they are cheaper. So you get more for, you pay less for the ounce, for the pound, whatever. And that way you can just you spend more in the initial cost, but it just lasts you so much longer, and then added up, it's just not as much per year, you know what I mean? How do I make a new chin feel safe while relocating him to a new cage? When you move them to the new cage, put some of their old bedding, if not all of their old bedding, I know this is going to sound gross, but into their new cage, because their poop and their pee and the bedding that they were just in their old cage is going to be familiar to them. It's going to be their territory. They're going to smell it and they're going to know it's theirs. It sounds disgusting, and it kind of is, but honestly, it's just going to help them settle in, and then you can change it after a day or two. But just bringing, their old huts, their pillows, their toys, everything in their old cage into their new one is just going to help the process a lot easier. And then also try to leave them alone for the first day just to adjust into the new area. The next question is, how do you tell if your chinchilla is getting sick? So chinchillas tend to hide their illnesses very easily, or their injuries or anything. So if you notice your chinchilla acting even slightly weird, and you just notice a bunch of things just piling up that's just off, definitely take your chinchilla to the vet if you don't know what's going on. Another way is to do regular health checks. Just check their ears. Are they clean inside? Their eyes, is there any discharge around their eyes? Are the whites of their eyes too obvious? Check their teeth. Are they yellow and, a good size? They're not too short, not too long. For males, check if they have hair rings, which if you don't know what that is, you can look it up online. I might do a video on it soon. Also check their fur, just pay attention to how they're acting and things like that. It's just going to help you be able to, you can prevent them getting sick, and if they are sick, take care of it right away. Having a hard time bonding with my chinchilla. He's less than a year old. We recently lost the other chinchilla. So when a chinchilla loses their partner, it can be very tough on them. So I would say give them time to just grieve. Don't try to let them out for playtime. Don't go near their cage. Don't try to hold them. Just leave them alone to grieve. It can be very difficult on them. And so basically, when you're ready to bond back with that chinchilla and they just don't want anything to do with you, treat it like it's a brand new chinchilla, like they're coming home for the first time. Basically, just restart the bonding process. It's going to take time, but spend time around their cage. Don't hold them for a while. Talk to them. Get them used to the sound of your voice, your scent, all that kind of thing before trying to move ahead in the bonding process. What types of treats do you give Merlin? I need something different than mine. Mine hates goji berries. So I give Merlin rose hips, barley grouts, rolled oats, and I also give him these apple treats. Obviously not the whole thing. I just let him nibble a little bit each time. But, there's plenty of treats. I have a whole video called Healthy Chinchilla Treats where there's tons of options that you guys can choose from. Obviously, not every chinchilla is going to like goji berries. They're not all the same. How often do you give your chinchilla treats like goji berries and rose hips? So I actually give Merlin one treat every other day, so about 3 or 4 treats a week. And I know that sounds like I'm depriving him, but honestly, for me, I am a strong believer that simple is best. So even though obviously Merlin would love to have way more than that, I don't give them to him. I just reserve them for, only a few times a week, because it's just healthier for him in the long run. and that's just what I choose to do. What is your favorite brand of chinchilla toy and why? Well, as far as like big companies, I would say National Geographic's. They have so many cool toys, first of all, and then they always come out with new ones, and they're just really natural. What treats do you recommend the most for chinchillas? Well, Merlin's favorite is goji berries, and I always talk about it because it's his favorite, but not every chinchilla likes them, plus there's just so many other ones out there. So what I would recommend for chinchillas the most is rolled oats or barley grouts. Most chinchillas love rolled oats, and they have no sugar in them, so you can give them a little bit more than normal. Obviously, in moderation. I wouldn't give them all the time. He's so cute when he grooms his fur. Is sorrel safe? Sorrel, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Safe for chinchillas? If so, how much? If you guys don't know what that is, sorrel is just an herb, a type of leaf, I think, or a flower. I'm not sure. But I feel like I should know this because I had a list of herbs that were safe for them or not. But I'm gonna look it up while I'm editing and then put it on the screen for you guys to see. Times for hand washing chinchilla fleece. I've never had to, but I would say just rinse in a sink with cold water and the same detergent or soap that you use for normal washes. And yeah, I've never had to wash his fleece by hand. How old was Merlin when you got him? He was 4 months old. Why doesn't my chin like loofah, papaya, and goji berries? So like I said, every chinchilla is different. So Merlin actually doesn't really like rose hips as much. I kind of force him to eat them sometimes because I just give it to him and that's the only thing he'll have. So he'll like take a bite and throw it away. But most chinchillas, they're all different. Like my chinchilla before Merlin, he loved hammocks. Merlin can't stand them. The other one loved rose hips. Merlin can't stand them. Like, it's just different things. And there's so many other options for treats and toys out there that you don't need to worry about it if your chinchilla doesn't like a certain item. Okay guys, I kind of have a lot of questions to get through, so I'm going to try to answer these as briefly as possible. So do you think it's necessary for chinchillas to have wheels? Yes, I do. Obviously, your chinchilla should be having a big cage. You should be letting them out for playtime every single day. But no matter what, your chinchilla is always going to be in their cage for the majority of their time. And they are typically more active at night when you can't provide them with playtime. Like, I'm talking about 2 in the morning. Most people are not going to get up and give them playtime when they want it. So, do I think it's necessary? Absolutely, because that just gives your chinchilla the option of running on their wheel and getting their energy out whenever they need it. Is owning a chinchilla hard? Depends on what you mean by hard, but not really. I mean, in the beginning, it was overwhelming and it was hard because I just didn't know what I was doing. It was just, I don't know, it was a little difficult, obviously. I was still learning things, but right now, honestly, it's pretty easy. If you got another chinchilla, what would its name be? I would name it Charlie. I definitely want another boy, and I would probably name it Charlie. Not trying to steal your identity, I swear, just wondering how old you are. Well, I'm not really going to give you guys that information. I get why anyone would be curious about what I look like, but my age, my name, where I live, things like that, is just not really necessary. I don't know how to put this, but not really necessary. But I'm sure that you guys can get an idea of how old I am from how my voice sounds. You keep on teasing a face reveal. When is it going to happen? Well, we recently hit 8,000 subscribers and I'm so excited. I really wanted to do one, but somebody told me that I should wait till I'm at 10,000 just so that it's more of a special occasion. So that's what I'm going to do. But I'm so excited, you guys. Like, since 5,000, my channel has been growing so much more. And I don't know, I've just been improving my channel, trying with the lighting and the quality and everything. So hopefully soon. Can you make an assumptions video about you and Merlin? I actually was planning to do an assumptions, like I was going to ask you guys to leave me questions and assumptions and impressions of me for my face reveal, so that might be in the future. If your chinchilla or chinchillas are super skinny and are not really active, what do you do? So, first of all, if your chinchilla looks thin, that is not a good sign. Merlin is a good weight. Even a little bit fatter than Merlin would be good. Chinchillas definitely should not be super skinny and like noticeably skinny. They have a lot of fluff too, so that's another thing to consider. And then also chinchillas should be very active, so I would say maybe try taking them to the vet, because if your chinchillas are not active at all and they're looking thin to you, they're probably sick and definitely need some medical help. What was the inspiration behind the name Merlin? I actually got his name from a chinchilla story. He was like a rescue, and he just had a really cute story, and like actually it was a really sad story because Merlin's so cute, because he came from a bad place, but he got rescued, and then the owner named him Merlin. So I thought that was a really cute name, and I named this little guy after Merlin too. So, is there a difference between an albino and a regular chinchilla on the way they act or their personality? Absolutely not. Colors do not affect how chinchillas act at all. It's just kind of like saying a white cat is gonna act different than a brown cat. Like, there's just not really much of a difference. Chinchillas, there's only one breed of chinchillas, not like dogs, so no, their colors don't affect their personality. Should I have 2 food bowls, 2 hay feeders, and water bottles if I have a newly bonded pair? So I would say, like, okay, so for certain people, they say that having separate things actually helps out the chinchillas not to fight or get territorial over anything, but it just depends. I know some older ones that just don't need it. They're fine with sharing, but I would say maybe in the beginning try having 2 of most things, definitely 2 huts and stuff like that. Some people have 2 wheels. You know, it just depends, but yeah, you should try that. What's your favorite part of owning a chinchilla? My favorite part would probably be just, you know, petting Merlin. I just love it when he runs up to me in the cage and he lets me pet him. I think it's super cute and special. Good and expensive chinchilla product sites. Okay, I mention this place literally all the time, but AZ Chinchillas, TJ's Chinchilla Supplies, Zoe and Lilo's Toy Box, and I feel like there's one more that I'm missing. Rhonda's Chinchillas, I think. Those are pretty good. How long do you have your chinnies in the dust bath, and how long is playtime? So I give Merlin his dust bath for as long as he wants until he gets bored, which is usually about 5 minutes, and then playtime either an hour or whenever he just wants to come back in his cage, and he'll usually come back in when he's tired and just lay down. So that's when playtime ends. Could you do a video of cleaning the cabinet of chin supplies? I probably should, because that cabinet is a huge mess, and I could definitely make a chin vlog about that. I definitely have to organize everything for him. Should you have other pets plus a chinchilla? You can have any pet that you want to, as long as they don't really have contact with your chinchilla. I mean, if you have a rabbit or a guinea pig in the same room but in separate cages, that's fine, but having your cat or your dog around the cage can stress them out, because think about it, chinchillas are prey animals, and naturally cats and dogs are predators, so they're going to always feel that stress, and chinchillas are good at hiding it, so you may not be able to tell. You might think they're okay with it, or that they're curious when they come up to the cage bars to try to greet them, but honestly, just stay away. It's going to be better. Is Merlin weird sometimes, like just runs around for hours for no reason, etc.? Yes, he will do that. At night, he'll sometimes make really weird noises and just go crazy in his cage, crazy on his wheel. He'll dump his food bowl. I'm not even kidding you. This guy will literally go crazy some nights, so he definitely does. Is it okay not to get your chinchilla put for playtime at first if they're scared, but pet them a lot? Yeah, so avoid playtime for at least a week, if not way longer. I would say 2 weeks actually. But petting them a lot when you first get your chinchilla, no. Stay away from them. Just let them adjust into their cage at first. Should I put the ladders in my critter nation? The bar spacing on them worries that my chin will. Okay, so I know what you're talking about, the bars, and no, they are not safe. I think I actually still have my ramps. Let me just show you guys. So this is what they look like, and as you can see, this is how far apart they are, and these are definitely not safe, especially when your chinchilla is trying to jump up or go down levels. They're most definitely probably going to get their toes stuck in here, and you do not want that to happen. What are Merlin's favorite treats? I feel like I already answered this question, but goji berries. Is it normal for chinchilla's feet to bleed? And if so, why does that happen? So it actually happened with Merlin recently. I made a video on it too. That could happen if their feet get really dry and the skin could crack and they could start bleeding. So one way to prevent this and also try to heal their feet is by using bag balm. So this is what it looks like. It's just a little container, and this one's actually meant for animals too. You can get the one that squeezes. That one might be easy. But basically, it's just this healing balm here, and it says for dry, chapped skin, and it works great for animals. And it's just like this thicker consistency. I just put my finger in it and then put it on his feet. How often do you clean their cage? I clean his cage every week, and then every day, just like sweeping in his cage. What color would you prefer besides gray? I really want a white mosaic chinchilla. They sound so pretty, and I think they're such pretty chinchillas. What should I know before getting a chinchilla? My friend of mine is giving me hers. Well, there is a lot to know. I can't really say in just like a really quick way right now, but do your research. There's just so much to know about chinchillas. They're very special, unique animals, and they need special care. So not to, you know, promote myself or act like I'm a professional, because I'm definitely not, but I have a lot of information on my channel that I try to make as accurate as possible for you guys. So definitely check out some of my videos if you wanted to find out more about chinchillas. Does your chinchilla make random noises that sound like they are hurt? Yes, all the time. And it's important to kind of figure out when your chinchilla's really hurt and when they're not. Usually when they, like, sometimes he'll make some weird noises and I'll just think he's hurt and I'll run into the laundry room just to see that he's fine and he's just doing that to get attention. So definitely, if your chinchilla always makes a sound like that and you come in every time, he's gonna learn that when he makes that sound, he can summon you, and that's just not good. Merlin, I had to teach him not to do that for the longest time. But basically, if your chinchilla is really hurt, you will know. They're going to make some screeching noises. What's better, fleece or wood shavings? So it depends on the person. I have used both in the past, and I just say that I prefer fleece the most. It's just clean, it's neater, it's so much easier to change. I just love everything about it, and it's so easy to do the daily cleaning, just sweeping up everything. Can you do an updated cage tour? Yes, I definitely want to. How do you make time for your chinchilla if you are busy? Okay guys, I am actually pretty busy. You guys don't know a lot about my personal life, but how do I balance it? Every single day you have to put some time aside for your chinchilla, and I know things get really tough, they get really busy. Trust me, I am no stranger to that, but you just have to work your hardest to put some time aside for your chinchilla. So, for example, it just might mean going to bed an hour later or waking up an hour earlier, anything like that. How much money do chinchillas cost a year, like food, water, cleaning, and the chinchilla? Well, water is free. At least most people have free water. I think I spend $80 on food every year because I buy the bulk. And then for hay, I don't know, I would say a couple hundred for sure, including the toys and everything. So probably a couple hundred. What do you do if you accidentally get water on your chinchilla? So if it's just a little bit, for example, sometimes when I put the water bottle in and he'll be standing underneath it, some will get on top of his fur. If it's just a little bit like that, it's fine. He'll usually groom it out, take care of it. But if you seriously get them wet, then you can take a blow dryer, put it on the cool setting. Please make sure it's cool because you do not want to overheat them. And then just gently from afar try to air out their fur. And this is only if you get them really wet. I really want a chinchilla. Is there anything I need to know if I do get one? There's a lot that you need to know. I would say that don't even get one before doing all of your research. You need to know everything. Not everything, because obviously you can't know everything until you have one, but try to know as much as you can. Are chinchillas like rabbits a bit? I've never had a rabbit, but no, I don't think so. I used to want a rabbit, so I did research a long time ago, but I forgot so much of it, but I don't think they're very similar. Can bonding your chinchillas be easy or hard? It depends on the chinchillas, their personality, and how you do it. How long does it take to bond with your chinny? Depends on the chinchilla. It took me less than a week. Merlin was super friendly right off the bat, but I know some chinchillas that literally take 1 month to get comfortable with the owner, so just depends. And remember, always have patience. What would your recommendation be as treats for training? I would say rolled oats because they don't have a lot of sugar in them, and they don't have any sugar. What am I saying? No sugar in them, and they're pretty easy. They're pretty small, so you can use a couple. Can I give my chin an unlimited supply of hay, or is there an amount I should give him? No. So for hay, your chinchillas should be able to eat as much as they want to. Remember, it's good for their teeth and healthy for them too. Are chinchillas nice to have as a pet? Yes, I love chinchillas. I think they're wonderful animals. Obviously, it depends on you and what kind of animal you're looking for, what kind of expectations you have. What is Merlin's favorite activity? Is it normal for chinchillas to try to chew everything when they come out like wolves? Yes, it is. That's why it's important to chin-proof your room. Make sure that they can't just quickly take a chunk of something and run away with it and eat it. Why does my chinchilla bite the cage? So a reason that your chinchilla could be doing this is out of boredom. Make sure that you have a lot of interesting toys in your cage for your chinchilla to chew. Make sure that they're having enough playtime, that they're not getting bored, and maybe that way they'll stop chewing the bars, because that's typically why chinchillas do it. Do you recommend oxbow hay? Yes, I do. I tried it once and I really liked it, but for some reason I just stuck with Sensation hay. It's just what I've been using for a long time. But yes, I do love the brand Oxbow and everything, you know, they're Hay too. Do your friends know you have a YouTube channel? Okay, so when I first started my YouTube channel, I told only my family and my best friends, and somehow it just ended up spreading. I kept telling like other friends, other people, and now so many people in my life know, and honestly I hate it so much. If somebody, I'm pretty sure nobody's watching right now, but if somebody is, just know that I really don't like it because they always comment about it. Like YouTube, this part of YouTube, I try to keep it separate from the rest of my life just because it's like a hobby. It's not something that, you know, I start a conversation with normal, you know, whatever. And so many people bring it up and then just make me feel awkward about it, and just like, I just hate it so much. Can a chinchilla's cage be set up in the living room, or is that area too loud for them? So anywhere, well, let's see, like it depends on how loud it is in your house, how many people, how much daylight, how much activity, because in the daytime you really want them to be in a quiet room, a quiet area where they are not going to get disturbed. Does Merlin ever have cuddly moments? Yeah, he does. It's very rare, but he does. Can you give your chinnies water from the kitchen sink? Yeah, you can. I typically give him water from our fridge, filtered water. That's just because I'm extra. You don't need to do that. You can totally give them from a sink. Can you give chinchillas fresh hay from the field? No, you can't, because their digestive system doesn't process it the same, so you definitely need to make sure you're sticking to dry Timothy hay. How often do you need to let them out and give them dust baths? I let him out every day for about an hour, and dust baths I give him twice a week. What's some advice you could give to someone who's trying to start a YouTube channel? It would be to not give up. I know that it is hard to get kicked off. I remember it took me forever to reach 100 subscribers, but just know that you can reach it. Oh my goodness, my phone almost fell. And it is possible. So that's just one thing. Don't give up. Would you ever do a Merlin chinchilla parkour compilation? If I get enough footage, I would love to do that. How old are chinchillas in human years? I'm actually not sure. I don't even know if that's really calculated. So if you guys can find it online, let me know, but not really sure. So that's it for this video, guys. Wow, this video is so long. I can already tell it's going to take me ages to edit.
I think I'm losing my mind.
And my voice hurts so bad. I've been literally talking here for an hour. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know down in the comments if you have any other questions, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And with that being said, Merlin says goodbye. I think he's ready for a nap.
40 ounces and a pack of ranch, sunflower seeds, 40 answers to the question.